period.
More evidence of the high cost of living here. After promising lower gas bills this month, some SoCal Gas customers actually saw an increase in their bills. Our producer paid about $500 last month. This month, $700 for using the exact same amount of energy. One person interviewed for this story in the LA Times said their bill was 8 times higher than it was last year.
It's hard to even fathom. And for more on this, we are joined by Jamie Court from ConsumerWatchdog.org. Thank you, Jamie. Why is this happening?
Well, it's happening in such an extreme because SoCal Gas mismanaged its inventory. What happens when it gets cold is the price of natural gas rises, and what the SoCal Gas is supposed to do is go into its inventory. It has stored gas. It's supposed to hedge against having to buy in real time off the pipe on what's called the spot market, where the price of gas is really high. But instead of doing that, it drew down its inventory and then stopped. And for about a week and a half, it bought gas at a very, very expensive cost on the spot market. And we don't know who they bought it from, but we feel that they could have bought it from one of the parent company Sempra's subsidiaries, Sempra Energy, or someone else they had a bilateral contract with. In other words, they helped drive up this price on this real-time spot market, and they may have had a business relationship with the person who was making a ton of money charging for this natural gas at really extraordinary prices. We need to know what's going on here, and unfortunately, we haven't gotten enough answers.
So is this just a SoCal thing with a company making a bad call? Is this also happening in NorCal? Is this also happening in neighboring states?
Well, it's not happening to this extreme. We paid 10 times more than that for natural gas than was charged in the East, and many times more than what PG&E customers in the North paid. So it is extraordinary what happened in the Southwest. And SoCal Gas controls gas for us and all of San Diego. So when it stops taking gas out of inventory that it bought at a cheap rate in summer and stored, and starts buying gas on the real-time market, that drives that spot market price even higher. And someone is selling it to us at really expensive costs, and we don't know who that is, unfortunately.
Well, when residents get their extremely high gas bills and then they hear this, basically you're saying that SoCal mismanaged its gas inventory. That's on them. So what are the consequences that SoCal Gas faces, if any?
Yeah, and why did all the rest of us have to pay for their mistake?
That's exactly right. And that's why we've asked the Attorney General, the Public Utilities Commission, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to tell us about who. There is a record, but it's shielded from the public of who's making money on this, which energy trading companies are making money. Because if we know it's SoCal Gas is parent company Sempra's subsidiary, then we have to really ask questions. Is there something unethical going on here? If it's a company that has another bilateral contract with SoCal Gas, there could be something unethical. We need to go deeper, but unfortunately we need our government representatives to ask these tough questions. We can get this money back if there was manipulation of the spot price. We think there was manipulation because the price paid for gas was the historic highs. It was more than anywhere else. And SoCal Gas created the situation by which that price climbed. Someone made a fortune off of it, and we need to know who.
And lastly, last month they told us next month your price is going to go way down. Clearly that didn't happen for a lot of folks. Do we have any sense what next month is going to look like?
The price, the spot market price has gone down, so the price on your bill should go down. This was a blip, but it was a huge blip. It's a blip that cost people billions of dollars. The estimate on the overcharges is $2 billion. So this is something that can't be forgotten, can't sweep it under the rug just because your bill is going to go back to normal next month. We need people to dig in and ask these tough questions and get to the bottom of this.
Well, we appreciate you doing that on your end of it, because clearly you're shining a light where it needs to be shown. Jamie Court from ConsumerWatchdog.org, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.